What's up guys? Today we're in the home gym and we're gonna do something a little bit different based on your requests. A lot of guys have asked me over the years about doing a home gym tour. So today I'm gonna walk you through my mini home gym. Now over the years, primarily I've trained in commercial gyms, but I've always had decent home gym setups for training specific body parts. But currently, this setup is the newest and my current home gym at the moment. Primarily, it's used for content for you guys, but I do train here at least once per week currently. And when designing it, I picked out each piece very carefully, with the intentions of being able to train any body part that I want effectively. The problem that I've run into over the years with home gyms is either, one, some of the equipment, I run into weight capacity issues. Either I need to load up more weight than the machine can handle, as most home gym equipment won't handle nearly as much weight as commercial gym equipment will. And two is I always run out of space. Traditionally, the more sturdy commercial gym equipment is just way too big for home gym use. Now, I've had home gym setups before in my garage with a ton of extra space, but recently I converted this spare room in my house into a mini home gym. And it's probably the smallest space you could actually use for an effective gym. It's only around 80 square feet, but I like a challenge. And I wanted to take this space and put everything I needed in here to train any body part I want effectively. And I am happy to say that I've definitely accomplished that. So let me walk you through what I have here. First thing, we're gonna start with the meat and potatoes and the foundation of any home gym, and that is the rack. As you guys know, my training is primarily barbell and dumbbell free weight movements, with some cables sprinkled in there as well. To be able to press, squat, row, or do any heavy barbell movement effectively and safely, a good rack is a must. That should always be the first purchase you make in a home gym. This one is rated at, I believe, 1,000 pounds capacity, so the weight's never gonna be an issue. But I didn't get this rack just because of the capacity. I wanted something extra that didn't take up any additional space in the home gym. And this rack is one of the few that do this correctly. And that is the built-in Smith machine edition. Now traditionally, or at least when I first started training, the Smith machine always got a bad rap. Usually an ego thing, but the Smith machine was traditionally thought of as cheating. But I've always found that it has many applications and many benefits. One being stability. If you're going to push sets to failure, especially on something like presses, a Smith machine will generally allow you to grind out some reps that you would normally hit a sticking point with on free weights. So with this, you can also set the spotters safely and just grind out rep after rep. But if you want a tool to train to failure and do so more efficiently, if you want something to tweak your technique that you normally can't do with a barbell, a Smith machine can be an excellent option in addition to free weights. But even more cool, this setup doesn't require any more space. And with one attachment, I can use a Smith machine to even perform belt squats. This is another movement I feel is underrated for bodybuilding. It gets all the praise in strongman, powerlifting, and even strength sports. But a lot of bodybuilders are sleeping on the belt squat. And if you want maximum quad engagement, you want to sit as upright as possible on the squat. This is why over the years I prefer movements like Zercher squats and hack squats. But another movement that puts you in the exact same position as a Zercher squat without having to hold onto the barbell is a belt squat. Now obviously if I'm using the rack to bench, do incline work, barbell press, overhead press, etc., I'm gonna need a solid adjustable bench. This one here has settings all the way from decline to fully upright position. Again, rated for around 1,000 pounds. But this is one of the coolest things in the gym in my opinion, because it can attach to an entire lat pull down machine while using it. And then to save space, I can also store the pull down against the wall. And if I really wanted to save space, that's what I would do. But I use this lat pull down so often that I just bought the traditional seat attachment and usually keep it fully set up most of the time. This is one of the smallest lat pull downs and low row setups that I could find, but it's not cheaply made, and it is one that can handle a lot of weight. I think this thing is rated for about 400 plus pounds, and I regularly load up over 200 pounds on this thing, and that's more than plenty weight for me. I also do low rows on the bottom pulley, and I hit cable curls and anything else I need to do on this thing. I had to get all the attachments I needed as well. The wide neutral grip lat pull down is by far my favorite pull down handle, but I also like a medium grip, a close grip. I have a traditional lat pull down bar, straight curl bars, V-bars for triceps, single and double ropes. And I almost forgot, I do have a leg extension and hamstring curl attachment on this bench. So they get quads in with barbell squats, Smith machine squats, belt squats, and then I finish off those quads and hamstrings with leg extensions and leg curls. This rack actually has a leg press attachment that hooks onto the Smith machine as well. I just don't really do much leg pressing these days, otherwise I definitely would have added it. Next, let's talk about the weights I have. I got this American-made barbell from a brand that's not so popular, but the quality is just as good as any of the top brands out there. I like this one because it was black, but what I really like and this is mandatory for a home gym, are the deep dish plates. When I think about old school bodybuilding gyms, it's barbells and deep dish plates. There's just something about loading up 2, 3, 4 deep dish plates on a bar that just can't be replicated by new equipment or fancy gyms. And finally, of course, the dumbbells. If there's one thing I wish I had more room for in here, it's definitely a full set of dumbbells that go from 10 pounds all the way up to the 150s. But there's just no way I'm fitting that in here. So adjustable dumbbells are my only option. But these are pretty solid. These handles are 10 pounds each. That can go up by as little as 5-pound increments on them all the way up to 140 pounds with the adapters I got. So it's as much weight as I need for any movements. It allows me to dumbbell press, do dumbbell rows as heavy as I need. But I can still do them for lighter things like lateral raises and rear delts. And I have a couple lighter dumbbells that go up to just 20 pounds if I'm doing something really light. So pretty bare bones, but also versatile enough for allowing me to train any body part in here effectively, which is exactly what I was going for. In addition, when I set up this room, I wanted to go with my favorite color, black. So I painted the entire room matte black. I threw in some hexagon lights for its really cool lighting effect. Now I have a place where I can train no matter what's going on. Majority of the equipment you see in this gym is from Iron Master, but I have no affiliation with them. They didn't ask me to do this video. This equipment I all purchased on my own, but it definitely has my stamp of approval. The plates and the barbells are a different company. To be honest, I'm not even sure what the company is, but I like the way they look, and iron is iron. But I know many of you guys train at home, so if you're looking to fill your home gym with anything you need or you have limited space, these are definitely the essentials, and this is personally what I would choose for my home gym. And with all of my training programs that are primarily based around the foundational barbell and dumbbell movements, this is literally all that's needed. Anything else is simply a luxury. Even when I train in a commercial gym, this is the stuff that I'm using. And if you train the same way, or you want to build muscle using proven old school bodybuilding methods, and you want access to my training program, check out my old school Mass Game training system below. And if you need a free guide on how to set up your training, there's a link right below that. And as always, if you want to see more of the best original bodybuilding content just like this, make sure to hit subscribe.